Peace and love. Welcome back with another episode of the Cole Brown Show. And we're gonna jump right on into it. I'm gonna get started with this NASA thing real quick because I always gotta keep a foot on their neck. I gotta keep that up, dog. And right now I'm gonna just show you how they faking space, and we're gonna move back over because I got a couple more things on CERN to talk about, and then we're gonna delve into Christianity. That's a topic I've been holding off on a little bit. I should have been jumped into it because it explained a whole lot of things that's going on. But let's go ahead and talk about this Red Bull space jump. Everybody remember that, right? The Red Bull space jump. He was supposed to be high enough in the air to see the curvature of the Earth and all that, proving we're on a ball and we in space, and everybody loved it, right? Right. See, the thing is, they don't never do this with a regular camera. Whenever they do a regular camera, whenever they show you the shot with the regular camera, they either have the Earth out of it, they're doing a close-up of somebody's face, and you don't really notice the background, because if you look in the background, it'll be flat. Because if you use the GoPro, because this is what they're using with these space jumps, with a lot of these with these videos. I had my man he went skydiving not too long ago, a few months ago, man. And when he went and did it, they were gonna take pictures, except it's all with a GoPro. They don't use a regular camera. Whenever you do some stuff like this, it's always a GoPro. It's never a regular camera. Because whenever you go up with a regular camera, it's always flat. And people go, well, you wasn't up high enough. So I want to pull up this Red Bull space jump because they said they was up high enough. They was going to see the curvature of the Earth. He up in space. It was all dangerous and whatnot. So yeah, let's get started with that. And first, I just want you to take a look. Before I even start this video, I got no sound going on. We're just gonna play a few seconds. They like to keep you from playing their stuff, man, because they show the truth a lot in their stuff, man. Except for the average person, they'll look dead at it and won't see it. And everybody looked at this Red Bull video and you didn't see how they was faking space. Or maybe you did. Maybe you was already on it. Like I said, this whole thing is like, where's Waldo? Waldo is in there somewhere. All you got to do is keep looking. It might not be easy at first. You might have some ones where you can pick Waldo out easy, and then you got some other ones, man, ain't nothing sticking up but like just his hat, and like he got his face to the side, and that's all you getting. You know what I mean? You ain't even getting the whole sweater. If you looking for the sweater, you got to look for something else. You see what I'm saying? That's where you don't see the sweater. So we'll go through it and we'll look at it. And we'll see how many ways we can check behind these folk. So right now, with the way they're doing stuff, they have these programs where you can put the video in and take the layers off and show you different things, like how these videos are layered now, just with filters. Just like you have these filters for people, and like you be looking at them like, hold up, that's not them. I don't. Who is that? You know what I'm saying? But they got a filter on. That's all it is. They look about 20 years younger. Skin is all smooth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyway, if you notice this right here in the beginning, this blue, and it gets darker, and this is the astronaut. I mean, excuse me. The fakeonaut. Yeah, the jumper, whatever, man. He's a jumper. He's here. This is supposedly the sky and whatnot, and you got this white up here. You see that? And it's curved down. It's concave, right? So we're going to play a little bit of the video. Now you see how it's moving and it's flattening out, right? Now it's about flat. Look at that. Now it's about flat. How is that? What's going on right here, right? Now you got the Earth. You see how that works? There's a GoPro on top of his head. He's watching this whole thing come in to view and whatnot. Except with the GoPro, you have to be at the right angle and the right distance from a thing, looking at it at the right view, because it curves everything. And that's where you get your curvature in. So when they do the video, it happens so quick when they're doing it, we ain't looking for it. We looking for space. We trying to find the aliens. We looking to see if we can see some stars. If we see a comet shooting through there, if we can find something that somebody else didn't see when they was looking at it, and they use that and they hide it right in front of your face. They know you looking at it hard. You swear up and down. And this is the BBC video. This is official video now. This is not doctored video. Go check it out. Everybody look. And while you at it, you might as well go ahead and check out the Richard Branson launch when he went up for the little spacewalk or whatever. And like I said, it's curved through the whole thing except when they do the close-up with the headshot. If you do the close-up with the GoPro, the gig is up. Everybody gonna know. The person face gonna look funny. It's gonna look distorted. So at that point, they gotta switch to the regular camera. That's when I first noticed it with the Red Bull joint. Because I was looking at it like, how they faking this? How they faking this, man? And then right before the dude jumps out, they go to a camera that's inside the little thing that's holding them up. So it's a view from behind them. And it's a close-up. And that's when you can see the whole thing is flat. And the whole frame don't last but like a half a second. It's just a quick flash when you see him about to jump out. But the whole thing is flat right there. And I said, see, I knew it. Y'all using the GoPro. Of course y'all are. Y'all always using the GoPro. Makes it easy. I used to watch the NASA live feed. I haven't watched it in years, man. I caught him a couple times. Somebody else caught him too, seen the same thing I did, and they made a video of it. I was watching it at one point, and one of the screens was popped up. And what happened was there was a reflection on the little screen, and you saw a dude, I want to say he was wearing shorts, a dude wearing shorts walking past on the screen through a reflection. And then it's like somebody noticed it. So they came out and they had a hand come out, right? Like they was fixing something, right? They had this hand come out like they was fixing something, right? They got a glove on it, right? So, damn, what was it? I want to say he had a glove, had a glove in the other hand or something, or took the glove off, but what they did was they laid the glove right across the screen, right? And then got away from it, right? And then all of a sudden the screen moved out of the way so you couldn't see the reflection no more. So yeah, that was funny, man. And then it was like not long after that, and I had just started watching videos of people doing this stuff, man. And I saw somebody, they had a video of the same shit, and I was like, I knew I wasn't tripping. Because when I watched it, I wasn't recording nothing. I'm just sitting there looking at it. It's the NASA live stream. And the way they do it, you can't rewind it. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I seen the video later. I was like, I know I wasn't tripping. I know I seen that too walking through there, man. I know I seen that shit. Anyway, that's how they do it. Oh, and the other thing is, when I'm watching the live stream, I would notice that like as a scientist, I'm taking a picture or video of the Earth. Why would I not want a picture of the whole Earth, a video of the whole Earth? You know what I'm saying? And at the time, they claimed they couldn't do that. I want to say they claiming they can now. They got cameras, they can do that now. But at the time, they claimed they couldn't do that. And this is from the ISS now. So you only getting like 2/3 the Earth or whatever, I think. And you just see it constantly rolling over. The thing is, as a scientist looking at it, you can't even take a picture. You can't even see the whole thing already, right? And when you watch the live feed, they got all this equipment stuck around the edges, like we doing something up here. You know what I'm saying? We in space. Except when you look at it, and they it's overkill. They did too much, because I remember at one point they had to take it down and fix it. It was just, they was having too many mistakes. Too many people watching, and they not paying attention, and NASA not paying attention to whoever's running this live stream thing. Anyway, all the equipment would be rounded all the way around the edge. You got all this equipment sticking in the way in your view, plus you can't already see the whole Earth. And I'm like, that don't make no sense just from a scientific standpoint. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to get the best information and all I got is video to go off of, you know what I mean? We ain't actually out there taking no readings or whatnot when things are happening right then and there. You know what I mean? So I would want the best view. And then the other thing, like I said, when you start looking at it, you notice all the equipment is curved. And when you look at it, it's curved like a nice little ball around the edge. Like if you look at the outline, man, I'm like, it's so weird, man. Like, and I couldn't believe people actually, you know what I'm saying, let them get away with that. And the way it's done, man, like you can make up excuses, except it's clearly curved. You can see it's curved. The only thing you can do is make up excuses, and that's what people do. They say a bunch of stuff NASA ain't never said. You ain't never heard NASA say, made up different things for different conditions, and as soon as you tell them it's a fisheye lens, it's a GoPro they're looking through, and that's why everything's curved, it's like, nah, can't be. But that's the real Earth, though. That's really the Earth, though. I'm telling you, they curving everything. Yeah, I wanted to start off with that, though, and show you that. And like, why is that important, though? This is the thing, man, because all this time we've been working on rockets and building rockets. These people ain't going to space in no rockets, man. They trying to shoot your mind into space. They trying to shoot your consciousness into space. That's what they gonna do. And here's this dude, Makai Kaku. Yeah, if I'm saying this right. Anyway, he's a scientist, he's this physicist that they always bring out to tell you about these future plans they gonna do with all this stuff. He's on Big Think, and he's always coming, and a lot of this stuff will be on Big Bang Theory. Big Think, Big Bang Theory, it's all about, and even in Big Bang Theory, it's about the CERN machine, the whole Big Bang, and really what they doing is recreating the Big Bang. You see what I'm saying? And taking our consciousness out of our body, because this body is just a vehicle, man. Our minds, our consciousness, that's really what everything is about, man, because that's who you are. You see what I'm saying? This is really who you are. This right here. This little spot in here that they say is an empty chamber when you open it up. When you walking around in this body, there's some energy right there. That's you. That's your spirit. That's your soul. That's your consciousness. That's your mind. And they want to take that out of your body. Just like they did with the monkey in the computer. And I got to pull that up too. The monkey in the computer, and had him living in there. They want to take that out of your body, so your body is a lifeless meat sack. And you will be in the computer. This is what we doing. And from there, they will launch you into space. But enough of me talking about it, man. Let me let you hear him say it.
Mind without body. Pure consciousness roaming across the universe faster than any rocket ship. It turns out that that's actually a physical possibility. First of all, the Obama administration and the Europe.
Now, that's exactly what I was just explaining to you. Mind without body. Taking your consciousness out of your body and shooting it across space. And here's the thing with that. You trust these people? I mean, really? Do you really trust these people? Because this is what I'm talking about. When they take your consciousness out your body, that don't mean you going back in. You don't know where you going to be. They have complete control over you now. You don't have the vehicle. They can tell you, I'm putting you back in your vehicle. They can put you back in another vehicle. You see what I'm saying? Another body. They can keep you in the computer. They can tell you that you going back to your body, and they'll do the whole process and be like, see, told you I was going to send you back to your body and exit you out and everything else. And you go home, and the truth of the matter is you in a Grand Theft Auto program designed to look and feel just like your real world based off all the information they've been saving up and stacking up at this daggone beast computer. You see what I'm saying? This beast computer over here got all your, they holding it in there, all your information under this symbol in this computer right here called the beast, which the address is 666. That's why it's on the side of the building right there. This is where they store your information about all the stuff. And people ask, I mean, man, I'm telling you, I remember being little, man. And, you know, you be on the phone with your girlfriend late night, y'all on the phone talking real quiet, talking real low and whatnot. You can hear that little click on the phone. Sometimes the static come in, sometimes the static go out. And I used to be like, that sound just like what it sound like when they tap in your phone. What you supposed to be hearing is weird. And people would be like, oh no, it's the lightning, it's a storm somewhere, it's hitting the lines. No, man. It would happen all the time. All the time. Back in the day in high school, man, you know, you might be on the phone a couple hours, man, with that thing would tap on and tap off. It's like, seem like, now that I think about it, somewhere around 30 minutes to an hour, it would just intravenously tap in and tap off. And that movie, Casino, where they was talking about how the feds is wiretapping their phone and they can listen for 30 seconds. And if they ain't talking about nothing, then the feds got to click off and whatnot. I don't know how true that is, all the rules and regulations, except I'm telling you, you can hear that static in the line. It's like the voice, when you talking to somebody, the voice has changed. And then eventually when I start talking on three-way phone, that's what it would sound like. When somebody click in and somebody's over there on three-way. Except when you do three-way, it's louder. You can hear it. When it was just me talking to somebody, it was sort of low. All that information since then, and try to tell people, oh man, that they was listening in on us. People was like, nah, what they doing that for? They wouldn't do that. People that trust this place, believe everything they being told. You see what I'm saying? Don't question anything. They just keep on kicking. They was like, nah, they wouldn't do that. And then the Drone Strike King came out and he was like, we would not spy on the American people and all this other. He doubled down on us like, yeah, we not doing that. I don't know what you're talking about. We ain't got time for this. We ain't got time for this flat earth society and the stuff y'all talking about. And then Edward Snowden, then he came out and dropped dimes like, yep, the NSA listening to all y'all. They been doing everything. But they've been showing us this stuff in the movie so long, when it came out, everybody was just like, so what? All right, yeah, we knew that. That's how predictive programming worked. See, if it would have came out and they hadn't been telling you all this time and it already been imprinted on your brain and you thinking about it, sitting in the back of your mind like, well, maybe they could be doing that. When it came out and you had never heard about it, you would have flipped out. Just like with the aliens. You see what I'm saying? They was talking about the aliens down in Miami that showed up and whatnot, and everybody shooting at them and just pulling out and start shooting. That's what they don't want. They want you to be relaxed, calm, cool. Like like when you flying on a plane and you pull down the little mask and whatnot, and it's got the instructions, and everybody on there is like calm and cool, but the plane is supposed to be crashing or something, but everybody is collected. Just that's how they want you. Just calm and collected. You know what I mean? That's how it says we're going to be in Revelations. It says it's a bunch of stuff going to be going on. The world going to be going to shit. And we're going to walk around calm, cool, and collected like it ain't even nothing going on. Like it's not even there. Like we in a dream. that whole dream thing is the metaverse. Putting them goggles on. It's layers to it. It started out with the video games, but just living in that world. Like people lived in the World of Warcraft and some of these other games. Yeah, just like that. Eat, sleep in it the whole time. Don't leave the house. Play it for like hours at a time. Yeah. Never leave. Order your food in. Order your clothes. You work from home. You good. You good to go. Just like in the movie Surrogate with Bruce Willis. Him and his wife lived in a house. They had 2 separate rooms. They never saw each other in the physical body, and what was supposedly their physical body. They would be walking around in their avatars that they done bought to put their consciousness in. So while they're at home, sitting in this chair, their avatar is out going to work, doing what it needs to do. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes home, the avatars interacted with each other. The actual people never got to see each other. It was always the avatars. And I think once he went in that room, was she gone? I can't remember. I haven't seen that movie in a minute, man. That's a movie I'm going to have to look up again. Yeah. And like I said, with all your information in the computer, they can simulate a world because they can predict, they have an algorithm to predict what you're going to eat for breakfast 10 years from now at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Almost down to a T. They claim that it works, that they can do that. The only reason they can do that is because we are creatures of habit. We are predictable. We keep running in the same patterns. They had this whole campaign about never let them know your next move, and they had people coming out doing crazy, stupid videos, like looking like they're about to vacuum the floor, and then they throw some dirt on it and go to get a glass of water and then, pour the water on their head. Just silly stuff, man. Act like they're going to wash their hands and just throw something away. Never let them know your next move. That's really how you defeat an algorithm. If an algorithm has got your pattern predicted, the only way to defeat that pattern, because the algorithm is always going to win. It's always going to know what you're doing. It's like when you play a video game and you keep using the same moves over and over. And I used to think this when I was playing these games. I was like, hold up. I'm always about to do that and kick. So I had to switch up my moves. Like, nah, I can't do it like that. Because the computer was getting you. You don't sit there and play the computer so much on the game, it's done figured out. When you jump in the air and come down to do the sweep, you're going to come back up with that uppercut. You see what I'm saying? It's done figured it out. So it's got the block on. So when you come down and jump in the air, don't do the sweep. Come down with a fist. And just do another light couple punches or something. You know what I'm saying? Throw them off. Switch it up. And that's how you would get the game, because these games was learning us way back then, man. Figuring out how you move. That's why it used to be so hard to beat some of these games, man. Especially when you put it on expert level. Like some games you could put on expert level, you can get away with. You can get through that thing. Then there was other games, man, especially when you get to that last character, it's more like, hold up, man. It's not even fair. Like, I should have got that, man. How did he even block that? Your move was already predicted. And they were in the process of doing it when you did your last move. They already knew what you was about to do. I'm telling you, I straight up figured it out, and all you got to do is switch up your move. Instead of coming down with all them hard kicks, throw a light punch. Throw a mid-range punch. You know what I'm saying? The computer know you trying to knock his block off. You know what I mean? If that's what you're trying to do all the time, switch it up. Don't do that. And that's what you got to do with the algorithm. When you start moving in a different direction, the program will switch. Things will change up. I'm going to go deeper in that later, but we're not going to get too far into that because I just spent all my time talking about CERN here. Talking about getting the mind out of the body, and I ain't got back to CERN yet. I'm sort of on there, but I'm not quite there yet. So when they beam your consciousness out your body, ain't no guarantee that they actually going to beam it back. They could take the information in here and duplicate that consciousness. That's a whole nother thing they talking about doing already, to preserve you for the future, so that when you die, your consciousness can stay here, and your family and your loved ones and friends, they can still interact with you. They're still working on that right now. In Revelations, what it say? The dead shall rise. And they working on that. According to them, they've cracked the code to keep you alive forever, so that you won't die. It'll be like that movie, In Time. It's a movie, In Time, and in the movie, they had time on their wrists. So, and that's how they got paid. You worked a job, you didn't get money, you got time added to your life. So the currency in that world was time. And if you had enough time, you lived forever. It was people with like 1,000,000 years. They got 1,000,000 years worth of time. And since you pay for everything with time, you can run around and do everything, anything you want. Now, if you only got a month left, except you working every day, you might be able to go on vacation. You see what I'm saying? You just got to make sure you can pay your bills and whatnot. You got to make sure you don't get fired. It's still the same system. It just looks a little different. And they was doing it with time. But yeah, and as far as time is concerned, man, look, time is a circle and it's not a line. And that linear thought of time, you really got to get that out of your head. To understand the concept of the multiverse and the simulation, you got to get the concept of a linear timeline out of your head and think of everything as a circle and everything happening all at once. Somewhere right now, there's another version of you doing something similar to what you're doing right now. And at the same time, there's another version of you doing something totally different. Right now, there's another version of me, and he ain't making no podcast. He still asleep. There's another version of me that was following his dreams when he was younger, and he done all of these little things. Done been a part of all these little dreams and aspirations that he had. He's put his hand on everything. You see what I'm saying? And he don't know nothing about no podcast and doing this thing right here. He didn't do a bunch of research in the library. He was busy following that dream of what they thought he wanted him to be. You see what I mean? Instead of seeing what was going on and figuring it out. Every possibility is available in a multiverse because it's infinite. There's not an end to it. And that's like our realm. There's not an end to it. It's infinite. There's no ends to the earth. It's an infinite realm. As far out as you go, there will always be more. There will always be more. And what they're doing with this whole taking the consciousness out of the body is to throw another layer on top of where we are. And it's like some of the stuff you find out you don't want it to be true, except, damn, they done this shit before. And that's why we so deep in this shit right now. That's why the shit changes so much. This is the whole Mandela effect, because it's already happened before and we layers and layers deep. It don't mean you can't get out. It just means that extra layer makes it that much tougher. You see what I'm saying? You just added another level to the game. You know what I mean? It made it that much tougher. So when you played before, you started out, you might have had 7 levels to go, right? Now it's 9 levels to go. And said that the guy on the 7th level, he way harder on that 9 level game than it is on the 7 level game. You see what I mean? It's all increased. And that's pretty much what they doing. Because like even if you try to do research going on the internet, which is what everybody's using, see, this is the level to it. The quickest thing to do, right? What they have done is guided your search. You have to have the right search when you do it, or else it's just gonna give you the answers that it wants to give you for these questions or whatnot. Sometimes you can't even ask it questions. You just put in phrases, put in words, and see what pops up. You see what I'm saying? Don't say nothing. Just if you ask for specific things, a lot of times they'll do like with the Mandela effect and give you, oh, this is conspiracy theory. Oh, this is that. This didn't happen. This doesn't happen. And if you just ask the question, or you just do a random search and do it, it'll give you exactly what you want. You'll get that article that explains the whole thing and runs it all out for you and everything else. But yeah, like I said, these people, they never go into space. That wasn't part of the plan, except to make you think you going to space, because they know we can't get out of here. They know there's a firmament. They know there's a dome above us. And in knowing that and knowing what this place actually is and what it's about, this is how they're using these ancient symbols against us, because these ancient symbols were created by our ancestors to teach us and learn us, and to teach us and help us learn in this place what this place is and how it works, who we are, what we are, and how we work. We got, see this thing with powers and abilities, you got them, but you don't know what they are. And it's a lot simpler than you think right now. And like I said, this is the baby world. So there's things here you're not supposed to be able to do right now. If you could, you'd be out of here like that. You see what I'm saying? If you could actually do those things, it's like in the movie Lucy. When she took that drug, it was like her waking up. She became aware of everything. She knew everything. She understood everything about this place. That's what they were trying to explain. She was able to control and manipulate everything. And when she got to 100, where was she? She was everywhere. Boom, she was gone. She had turned herself into this thing and downloaded all her information. What we're talking about right now. She had downloaded all her information onto this little hard drive, this little memory disk, memory card, and gave it to him. And then was gone. Like, I'm out. This is what I know. I'm out. I'm going to explore the rest of this shit. That's what it would be like. Once you know it's more than this, and once you understand and you really do attain those abilities, you out of here. You out of here, man. And it's not some fugazi thing. It's just not what you think. You don't start off shooting lightning out of your hands and shit like that. It don't work like that. That's not what it is. Your mind is your ability, is your strength. It's what you can do with your mind. You see what I'm saying? Now the mind is able to do anything in this place once it becomes aware it is the God of this place. You see what I'm saying? Right now, you still trying to undo programming. You still think you got to eat 3 times a day. You still think you need to eat meat. You know what I'm saying? You still think you got to have this and you got to have that. We don't even control our own bodies. Our bodies tell us what to do. Our bodies tell us when we're tired. Our bodies tell us when to stop, when we're hungry, when we need to go to sleep. All that stuff, man. You a slave to your own body. And in facts, you can't make a move until your body ready to go. Once you can control your body, when you tell it, then there's another level. There's another layer that you remove right there. You see what I'm saying? Everything here is in steps. It don't happen all at once. It's step by step, day by day. It's every day. So when it comes to never letting them know your next move and breaking the algorithm, it's day by day, step by step. Being conscious of it and thinking, okay, we're going to do something different today. You woke up and you sat in front of the TV and had juice, maybe go outside and, take a walk and drink some water or something. You know what I mean? Maybe just go to the gym one day. Work out. Just something new. You always take the same route, take a different route. Just day by day, piece by piece, move towards the direction you want to go. First, you got to have a direction to go to. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole nother issue, having a direction. Once this thing, once you free your mind and allow yourself to travel in the rabbit hole, you'll figure it out. It'll come to you. You already know, except you don't know because you've been dumbed down by this system. We don't really think for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We let them do all the thinking for us. So this whole time, we done let them tell us, we going to go to space in rockets. We ain't going on no damn rockets. You thought that shit? Nope. You can't even, those tickets they talking about, taking a little space trip, you can't even buy no ticket. I listened to Sanchez. Yeah, Sanchez, I'm always listening to him, so it was probably him, but there's no place to buy the ticket. And I was fresh off just looking at flights and whatnot. I was like, shit, let me try this out. And I went and looked at the site. It tell you all the stuff you can do and where you got to be and where it's taking up, where you landed, all that stuff, man. Ain't no place to buy a ticket. Tell you about the champagne and all the extras and whatnot. Ain't no place to buy a ticket. Ain't nobody had $250,000 anyway. And right now, I think the last time I heard it's like $250,000. Don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody didn't buy no ticket anyway. It's a pipe dream. And then people that go, best believe these are not regular people. Best believe that. I don't care if they showed you a little 18-year-old dude or whatever. Oh, just got a ticket at the last second. For real, out of everybody else, just 18-year-old child, just all of a sudden he got a ticket. Who are you? I mean, like, these not regular people, man. The people that went, they're not regular people. They might portray them as they got a whole storyline or whatever. They're not. I don't believe it. You can't look. These stories about space, ever since that lady, the lady, the astronaut on the flight that blew up, you can cancel that with me, man. I already know you full of it. Y'all fugazi as hell. That's why you talking about beaming us to space. See, if they beam you to space, and the game is deep, man, because we can't get past the Van Allen belt. And that's a whole nother thing I got to get into, because the Van Allen belt is the firmament. That's why you can't go past it. It's the belt of radiation. That's why they can't do the live feed from the moon of this last landing. It's the Van Allen belt. Check out the Van Allen belt. It's the belt of radiation. They say the radiation comes from the sun. They make it seem like it ain't no radiation in the belt. And some people actually think that. I had an argument with one dude. Some people actually think that. Thing is, if the sun always been here, then the radiation always been there. You can't get past it. You can't have one without the other, man. You can't say the radiation comes from the sun and then the sun always been here. The first thing that happened was it was light. It was a big bang. Either one you want to check out, man, it was light and it was sound before anything happened. So the sun was already here. It was already some light here. It's all that radiation they talking about, it was already coming down on the earth. It was already here. So anyway, that's the firmament, that Van Allen belt. They just keep using scientific terms. They ain't going to call it a dome. They're not going to call it a firmament. They're going to call it the Van Allen belt. What's a belt? The belt goes around Santa Claus' waist. You see what I'm saying? Go all the way around. So they're going to keep that whole, it's a sphere thing up. You know what I'm saying? And we on a flat plane. And so when they beaming your consciousness into space, see, this is the game. They can only send robots out that far. They can't send people. So they about to like set up bases and whatnot. This is the whole, about to put a train on the moon. Oh, yeah, because they got a whole story they about to unload with this. Oh, on some straight up Total Recall, Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. Like, yeah, they got a whole story they about to unload with a moon base and a Mars base. And, yeah, we're going to look, that's where the money going to go. When anybody asks, You know about the moon base. We gotta have that. You know, ain't nobody going. You ain't gonna beam it. It's about getting your mind out of the body. That's why they doing it. It's about trapping you here. Because in Revelations, Jesus make his kingdom here on earth. Don't nobody go to heaven. He make his kingdom here on earth, and everybody stay here and be his slaves. Read the Bible. That's what it says. And if you notice, these people keep running this game close to the Bible, right? And everybody be like, oh, the Bible is right because they running this game with this, right? No. The Bible ain't what you think it is. Because what these people really be worshiping is this stuff right here. This dude right here. This is just another representative of the God ball. It represents it all, man. Man, look. Jesus is really the Baphomet and Baal the bull god. And I'm going to explain that to you. This is a ceremony they had at CERN. This is another reason people be talking about why CERN is demonic and all this other stuff, man. This is another ceremony they had at CERN where they had this goat thing running around and they were worshiping it. And I'm not going to watch that video right now, but you can go check that out. The Switzerland tunnel, and I can't remember what it was about this tunnel. It had been closed for a while or something, that new construction, but yeah, and it's right out there with CERN, and they had this ceremony going on, worshiping this goat thing, you know what I'm saying? And really what this goat thing is the Baphomet. That's what, and they put it right in front of your face. You'd be like, oh, why are they doing that? And I don't know what story they ran with why they had this goat thing. And a lot of times they don't even give you no story. It just is what it is, and they let everybody make up their story. Everybody defends it, man. Like, and they put it right in your face. But this was a ritual for the spirit, to summon the deity with the would-be Baal. These deities that they give us, they're interchangeable because they really all the same character. You're personifying different characteristics of the same thing. This is what you're doing with the Justice League, and this is what you're doing with the Legion of Doom. This is what you're doing with the Joker, the Penguin, Two-Face. They all the same character. They just, when all of them do some stuff, they all ha, they all laugh. Two-Face, the Penguin, all of them. The Joker, the Two-Face be the one, he be more straight. He's Two-Face, right? He's more straight. He's less laughing. Even he laughs from time to time. He'll crack a smile on his face. That's all he does. Decide to smile till he give a little chuckle, and he'll crack a smile. You see what I'm saying? Why is that important? Because the devil is the god of repetition. The devil is a musician. And in music, the music we have is it's a rhythmic beat. It's consistent. You can count it out. You're ready for it. You know what I'm saying? You can anticipate it. So we make up dances to it, right? See, that natural rhythm that these people played in these tribes and these jungles, there's not a natural rhythm. And we'll get it. I'm going to have to show you that one day. There's not a natural rhythm. You just can't really catch the beat like that. They are in rhythm with it. It's a more of a spiritual type thing. It's like sort of like jazz. Jazz is one thing. Even jazz has a type of rhythm to it where you can catch the beat. This stuff does not have that same type of rhythm. You understand what I'm saying? And the devil is the god of repetition. Ha, 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 ha. Ho, 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 ho. Same thing. It's just repetition, doing the same thing over and over to keep us stuck here, repeating ourselves. That goes into deja vu. This is the energy they're summoning, though. You see what I'm saying? Deja vu proves we've done this before. if you understand what vu is. They'll tell you it's because, oh, you done been to this place so many times or whatever. In all cases, that is not the case. You see what I'm saying? That's how you get you. That's the way they tell you the truth. Because the truth is, you've been in that place before. It just wasn't this lifetime. You see what I mean? Because we've been doing this before, over and over and over again. This is why they worship this deity. This is why they had this ceremony out in Switzerland by CERN. This is going into the Mandela effect and why they're changing things. And like I said, in the movie Spider-Man, the multiverse, they have the CERN machine. And we were looking before at the Crookes tube, which are lasers, and which can produce lasers and holograms. And they had that piece in the middle of it. At the end of it sticking out. That little cross thing, and that's what you got with the CERN machine in the multiverse. Now, this is the same thing they're doing with CERN. They have this same laser. This is the beam they're talking about, getting the perfect beam. You see what I'm saying? And what exactly you're doing, I don't quite know. As far as you can project anything you want. You're projecting our reality. You see what I'm saying? I know that. You're projecting our reality. You can do anything you want with this. This is what they was talking about, recreating the Big Bang. The power to recreate the Big Bang, the power to change our world into something different. Make it new again. Make it a different world. Not the same old world. See what I'm saying? And they can get away with this because they hide behind these deities like Jesus that really represent this goat god, that really represent Baal, the bull god. This is why they have the horns, and they have the horns for the mother goddess who has her arms raised. You see what I'm saying? They just took those raised arms and made them horns. That's why she starts off as Hathor the bull. Hathor the cow goddess. And they change her to Hathor the bull god. And got a man down there. Yeah. I'm not sure if I went over that with y'all. I'll go over that again, though. We'll talk about that later, though. But as for right now, like, I just want to end it with this, explain this. And this is how we go into Christianity, because they hide these deities behind Jesus, characters like Jesus. Jesus, Allah, Buddha, it's all the same. They're all the Baphomet. I'm not a religious person. I do not subscribe to any religion. I understand that all these religions were made up. They were made as a form of control. If you got all these people, this is what happened with the Romans. This is why religion became so big back during that time. They say that Christianity came from Africa or whatever. Like, that's a load, and we'll get into that. But this is what happened. The Roman Empire got so big, they could not control it all. So what they had to do was create some form for the people to control themselves, and they gave them religion. I tell you, give you this book and tell you you're going to hell if you don't do what I say, you're going to do what the fuck I say. You see what I'm saying? I ain't got to stand there holding a gun to your head. I ain't got to have a police force over there. I ain't got to send my military. Hell, I ain't even got to even check on you. I'm going to send one bishop over there. I'm going to send one priest to teach this shit to you. And follow them commandments. You see what I'm saying? Once I conquer the land, that's all I need is the one priest. And before long, y'all will all be on board. Y'all will be helping me do the shit. Anybody that oppose, we going to get rid of them and You 20, 30 years, everybody done forgotten. Everybody's out here doing this shit. They know if they don't do it, you're going to get some type of punishment. Plus, you going to hell. You see what I'm saying? If it ain't nothing but a social punishment. We don't want to invite them because they ain't go to church on Sunday. They didn't take the sacrilege. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't doing the ritual this week. And that's all it takes. And with that, we're going to go ahead and stab on out of here. And we're going to holler at y'all next time. And we will continue on with Christianity. And we'll finish up with this whole CERN thing. Why people have this whole satanic image of CERN. I'm showing it right. I'm showing it to you right here, man. Except they hide it behind these other deities. And so when it comes to the horns and the arms being raised, they just flip that over. That's why you see Jesus with his arm raised. And you see the devil with his arm raised. And that's important because they the same dude. That's important. They brothers in the story. They really the same dude. But we'll get more into that next time. And we going to holler at y'all. This your boy Cole Brown. Peace.